Good evening. I am here. Let's wait for some people to come here and join us. I apologize for my tardiness. I apologize for my lateness, honey. I was tied up at something else, and then the traffic in the city is crazy. But let's go ahead and jump right into things. We are here for another installment, and our final installment of the interviews of Philly on the Rise. Okay, so tonight we have our final co-host and executive producer. Let's bring him on. I don't know what's going on, sir. I accepted you. I accepted it. What's going on? You might have to come up with somebody else. I keep accepting it. It's not letting you on, bro. Something's going on. I keep accepting it, and it's not letting you up. You might have to come from your own personal page. It says you're unable to join. Thank you. Thank you, Marquise. I just did an interview on a podcast, and I said something that you said to me when I was at your house in New York. So did you see the pictures of the aliens in Mexico yet? No, child, I'm not worried about them aliens. Aliens can bite me. Child, you know, I'm worried about these motherfucking humans. Okay? These bitches just walking around here every motherfucking day. Honey. Hi.
How you?
I'm good. So first let me say I apologize for my tardiness. The city is crazy with traffic. Oh my God.
It's cool.
Okay, how are you?
We still gonna get it done.
Period. So let's go ahead and let me introduce everybody to Jay Marquis. He is our final cast member from the new and hot upcoming newest reality series from Philadelphia, Philly on the Rise, Philly OTR. So glad to have you here in his final installment of the interviews. Not only is he one of the cast members, but he's also one of the executive producers. So, with no more further ado, tell the people about yourself, Jay.
That was cute. My name's Jamir. Jay Marquise is my brand name, so that goes for any business that I do, which is singing, photography. I got history in dance. Had my own clothing line. Trying to dabble in hair, so I'm trying to do everything. So now, one of the executive producers of Philly on the Rise. Reggie under the weather, so I think I'm rocking solo tonight.
Oh, he don't feel better?
Nah, so
Oh,
he's
that
his wishes,
sucks.
and he says hello.
Oh, that sucks. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. So, I guess we can jump right in then. So, my first question for you is it true that you were the visionary? You were the creative? This was your idea?
Yes, me and Reggie, we came up. We talked about this maybe a year ago, just the idea, but our schedules just never like hit off. So like late summer last year, we was like, we might as well just like go ahead and put forth effort and do it. Like we can't lose nothing from it. We only trying to gain from it. So we talked about it, came up with the concept. He had ideas of doing this years ago before he had met me, and I did as well. So kind of like I just mine. So we kind of just jumped on it, and we hit it off. So we here.
Okay. So, what birthed it? What was the conception? What did y'all? Were y'all just sitting around smoking hookah, taking shots? Like,
You and this
you
hookah?
know, this would really be fun to do.
No. what sparked it, again, we both wanted to do similar things. Like, even prior to us talking about it, like, even when I first met Reggie, he was doing 100 different things. And, you know, he always said something similar to this. So it's kind of like we just circled back to it. And I was like, my creative mind, I always wanted to do a show. So again, when me and Reggie talked about it, it was just really like, our ideas just aligned. And we just started brainstorming.
So you've always had the reality TV bug?
Yeah, I always loved reality TV. Like, one of my favorite shows was Baldwin Hills.
Oh my God, I remember that.
So like, I used to always like watch that growing up, the Real World. So I always kind of wanted to do it. And then like, as like newer shows like to come up and everything else started coming out, I started getting into that. And I just like how it's like giving. I feel like Philly, we lit for real, but like we don't really get the recognition like everybody else do. So it's kind of like, I'm not nobody, but you know, I'm on my come up as well. Yeah. So I definitely know a lot of people that got a lot of talent. And Reggie knew 100 people that got talent too. So it was kind of like, why not try to do something for Philly? Like, we know other shows has been, you know, attempted and, you know, if not done already in Philly, little small stuff. But we only worrying about Philly on the rise right now. So we trying to put on.
Okay. So tell me, what were some of the challenges of being an EP and being a part of the cast? Like, do you feel like you were treated differently by your castmates and given graces because you were the EP and they didn't want to catch a Shawnee Neal moment when Shawnee, thank you for your services?
For me, it was I had to learn not to take everything personal. So meaning like, it is a show, but knowing that everybody trying to get their point across, things gonna be said, you know, accusations gonna be made. So as an EP, it's like you gotta still be professional and hold that title. But as a cast member, like I told everybody from day one, like when we filming and I'm in the cast mode, I'm strictly a cast member. Reggie, you know, he want to be the EP, take care of everything else, but in that moment, I'm a cast member. They definitely played with the Shawnee O'Neal little comment in the beginning, like, oh, who you gonna fire first? And I'm like, I'm not here for that. Like, they all get on my nerve, but I love them. Like, they honestly made season 1 lit, to be honest.
Okay. So when you say they all get in those, I guess we'll jump in and say, who's your favorite?
I don't have no, as far as what?
Cast member?
I don't have no favorite, but surprisingly, the one I'm like, I guess, more cordial and more talkative to would be Limi.
Limi. Okay. Who's your least favorite?
Robert.
Robert?
Yes.
So is that why when we were doing Robert's interview, you went live like 7 times?
Yeah, no.
Well, tell me about that.
What you want to know?
I want to know what happened. Why you didn't? You was on everybody else's interview, but when it came to Robbie's, you decided to go live on your own during his interview, which from an EP perspective, you would think that I would think that it would be more being poured into his the interviews and pushing people to learn more of the cast. So what was the driving factor that made you want to go live during his interview instead of pushing your support behind his interview?
Yeah, that was definitely a big L on my part. Part of it was definitely personal. Again, that's not the only personal thing, but I had to learn to stop taking things personal. I think that day it was low key. It wasn't a good day.
Okay.
So
we have bad days. We all do.
Yeah, I got home and I rolled up and I was gone for a little minute. Lost track of time, trying to cool down from work and everything else, and then on top of taking certain things personal with him. So, but it definitely it wasn't a good look though. It really wasn't. So
understood. So what happened with you and Rob? Why is there such a disdain there? You know, it came out in one of the what came out in one of the other interviews.
Yeah, because they had a lot to say.
Huh?
But I think they had a lot to say. I think from their perspective, it's going to look one way. Me and Robbie, we had little flirtations with these, and I think that's the one I connected to more than the other cast members. So from their point, it's like, oh, what they got going on. But in my eyes, me and Robbie was developing a friendship. So we got into like a little situation, negatively, which unfolds on the show. And then after that, it's kind of like I'm hearing a lot of different stories about me.
Okay.
Coming from the cast, coming from you know, certain people. So I'm keeping quiet for now, but we gonna get into it soon.
Was there anything sexual in your between
The world may never know.
you guys? Huh?
I don't kiss and tell. The world may never know.
Okay, so
There was no sex involved though. There was no sex involved.
those we just said was it sexual?
Things transpired, but sex wasn't involved.
Okay. What do you classify as sex?
Penetration, deep moments. Like sex is like you either getting it or you giving it, and neither one of us gave or got. So,
Do you consider oral as sexual? Sex?
that's part of sexual activity.
What about masturbation?
Masturbation is part of part of sexuality.
Mutual
So all that.
masturbation? Okay.
What you know that I don't?
Kissing? Huh?
What you know that I don't? What you know that? What you know that I don't?
I'm just here to do a job.
You talking and you reading it down.
I'm just here to do a job. That's all.
Okay.
So let's get off of that and tell me about. So I still want to give you the same question that I gave everybody else, but it would be a little different for you because I'm assuming that you were a part of creating the cast, putting the cast together.
Yes.
Okay. So when you saw these people, the other people, the submissions, tell me what was it about each cast member that made you say they're the one? And I'll start with let's start with Rob.
So I've been around Rob before through like mutual folks, like Reggie, of course, and other mutual friends. So I always knew like he was real energetic. I actually really admire his photography work as well because I'm into photography. So like I'm definitely like a supporter of that, and that's something that he displayed during his audition process as well. Mm-hmm. And he's a good filmmaker. I heard about one of his movies he had at 69th Street a while back. So I was like, I was familiar with him, just not personally.
Okay. Mimi.
Mimi, I personally never knew of Mimi until about Reggie's party last year. We was at Reggie's party, so that's kind of like the first time I actually saw him. Then I clearly went to his page, saw his stuff, seen that he raps, and I was like, we should definitely we should get that as well.
Okay.
I seen that he was taking it serious. Like he had multiple things up on his page, like content. So yeah, he was taking it serious.
Brahim.
I always knew of Brahim. He's a socialite, so I always knew of Brahim. So I do want to address something because in his interview he said that I was holding on to something about an argument me and him had, and it was never that. I can't even remember what the argument was. But it's no issue with Brahim. I just initially thought Brahim was messy as hell from what I seen on social media, and I told him that as soon as I met him. So that's not.
I think that's been a running thing with the entire cast has felt that way.
I don't feel like
everybody came into it initially from these interviews. What I've gathered is like most people came into it that didn't know him previously. They came in just thinking that he was messy.
I've been around him. He was like he'd be chill. So like, and then after filming with him and whatever, you know, things transpired with that. But I see now like he's not specifically messy. Mm-hmm. It's weird because I feel like he's the only one that would really give me a run for my money.
Give you a run for your money?
Yeah, in a good way and a bad way. But so I always knew Brahim had like, what is it? What can I say? He's always been known, I should say. Is that the right thing to say? I think for me, I wanted to get to know the other side. So that was my reason of like, we should hire him. I was very like, in the beginning, should we? For my personal reasons, but the bigger picture has to get looked at. And that's, if he has something to offer, we need you on the show.
Okay. What about Ra?
Ra, never heard of Ra before the show. His auditions and his he also was another dedicated one. Like he showed his to his craft, his music. He's an excellent songwriter and rapper, honestly, hands down. So that kind of was like another. For me, it's about consistency. Mm-hmm. like between like the artists on the show, Mimi and Rod, they were most consistent with their line of music. So I was kind of like, I was intrigued.
Okay. Kim.
Cam, dancer, dance down. I'm always going to support it. I think he's an amazing dancer. I got dance history myself, so I feel like any genre that I'm in my own personal business, I kind of want that around me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was perfect to show. My main thing for everybody was I wanted everybody to have different. I think Reggie as well. We wanted everybody to have different things going on. Not everybody
Okay.
the same genre.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and what about Muffin? I'm really interested to know because it seems like everyone says that she doesn't have anything going on, and so on and so forth. So, what was the reason that she was cast?
Honestly, Muffin. I said this before. Muffin. I'm not discrediting what Muffin does, but in my opinion, Muffin sold us a dream. And
Ooh, let's talk about it.
I say us because I don't want to speak for Reggie because he's not here, but me as one of the EPs from my standpoint, it looked really good. Like his presentation looked really good. Like his explanation on why he should be on the show looked really good. And I'm not a Shoni O'Neal, so I'm like, let's give him a chance. When that chance got presented, it just
Fell flat.
stale.
Oh goodness. So, what did he sell to y'all that he didn't actually bring to the show? Can you give us an example?
Yeah.
Something that he packaged.
So he has a mobile detailing company that he brags about and he talks about constantly. And I think from me and from everybody else, we just wanted to actually see that, and we haven't. I won't say it all, but we haven't got to see everything of what he presents to us. Because I know he managed artists. I listened to one of his artist songs. It was okay.
Okay.
And, so I know he has things going on, but it's just if you want to be on the show about what you do, we need to see more of that. And I think that's everybody's perception. But to answer your question, it just was like I got a mobile detailing company. We provide this, we provide that, prices, everything else, what he wants to do, and yeah.
So let me ask you this: who do you think is the most talented on the cast?
I think everybody talented. I'm gonna be real with you.
We got that, but who do you think is the most talented?
The most,
and it's fair to say yourself if you want to say yourself.
I'm gonna say myself. I'm gonna say everybody in different genres, so I can't really place most talented in like a general thing for this group because we got rappers. I'm a singer. Robbie's a photographer, filmmaker. Like Raheem's not rapping, Robbie's not singing. So it's kind of like.
Well, let me pose it to you this way: who do you think has the most drive, ambition, and passion for their talent?
Limi and Cam and myself and Robbie. I feel like everybody does, but when we talk about actual like crafts and actual things we want to make careers, I would say myself with singing, my photography. I'll say Robbie with his filmmaking, Limi and Rob, and Cameron.
Okay. Who's the least talented or the least ambitious?
Honestly, I don't think nobody is least. I think everybody got ambition. I mean, that's just real.
I feel like you're playing it safe.
No, I'm dead ass. Like, I really feel like everybody, like you'll see on the show. Like, I feel like everybody has ambition. Like everybody is doing something, even though like we talk.
But everybody ambition ain't the same. That's
so. What's your definition of ambition though? Because I feel like my ambition is like you have. In my world, everybody on this cast has goals they want to achieve.
Who's waking up, eating, drinking, sleeping, their talent, their craft? Who is pouring 1,000% into their shit every single day?
It's gonna be me in my world. But in this case, other than myself, I would say Limi.
Okay. Yeah. And who is the least?
Muffin.
Okay. There we go. I mean, I just need to get it out. So, what type of cast member do you consider yourself as a cast member? What kind of person? Are you funny? Are you serious? Are you messy? What should we expect to see from you?
I'm a little bit of everything except messy, because Brahim also said I was messy, which I don't truly believe he think that. I just think the situation that was at hand got a little messy because of my delivery about it.
What was the situation? Can you give us a little bit of the situation?
Then accusations was made by different cast, well, one other cast member about, well, this was said, but Ra was making accusations, sexual accusations.
Did you say he was making sexual accusations?
Yeah,
Was this the threesome situation?
was, but not too much on that. But Raheem and the other and Cam, no, that was just basically it. I just think the circumstance and the timing of it all just wrong. So I feel like Raheem and Cam may look at the whole situation as messy. So they're gonna drag.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
My God, today. And are you looking forward to season 2?
Most definitely, most definitely.
Are you looking forward to recasting the same people, or are you looking forward to opening the cast, expanding the cast, giving some people their walking papers?
I can't speak too much, but what I will say is season 2 has definitely been confirmed by me and Reggie. We're definitely aiming to add to the. We haven't discussed staying. If I'm staying, like we haven't discussed that part, but in my opinion, I would want everybody to stay and add on. I do feel like because it's a season 1, it's the original, and I do feel like despite what everybody's talking about in their interviews, everybody in some way, well, most everybody, in some ways have showed up, and I feel like without them, I don't know, like it's the first season, so I'm excited about it.
Okay.
Like I would add more people to like shake it up though. And I would.
You already got 7 people.
So listen, you never know. Like you just never know.
Oh my God! I think 7 is. I already think 7 is a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
We were supposed to have more.
How many were y'all supposed to have?
I think originally 9 or 10.
What?
But we cut it down. We got to 7.
Woo! What was the process like selecting these the cast members?
It wasn't hard at all. Honestly, we put out the flyer and this flyers. Come on now. We put out the flyer and everything, and then we started getting feedback like literally the same day. Once we put it out, we got the email out. We was getting emails that day. After that, we waited maybe like a week and a half. We went through it. Me and Reggie talked about it, who we wanted, and we came up with this cast. Didn't know how it was gonna turn out, but.
Were you surprised that did any of the submissions like totally blow you away? Like, oh my God, I can't believe this person even applied.
Not really, not for me at least. I don't know about Reggie, but personally, not for me. No.
Okay. So I saw the trailer.
Yes.
But I think it's not the actual official trailer. It was just like
that's the first look. We're going to give the extensive trailer. Actually tonight, I believe.
Okay. Oh wow! I'm looking. So after this, we're gonna get to see that. I'm looking forward to that. Can you tell us a little bit about that scene? It looks like. Did you get slapped?
Me?
Yeah. Was that you that Ron slapped or something?
Trey. No.
Let's get into some.
That was a reach. That was a reach. None of these holes on his cast as a cast could touch me.
What was going on? Was that you talking to him, or what happened?
I will say I can't and I don't want to give too much away because that's going to be one of the episodes in the show, which obviously everybody should stay tuned for to see what actually unfolds. But that was it was me confronting him about several things, and in the heat of the moment, you know, everybody, the party was lit, so everybody had a little one too many, and things got out of hand, and I don't play those type of games, so which is why nobody can slap me and think they're gonna get the fuck away with it.
Ooh, you better talk your shit.
Small or tall or bald. That's how we're gonna
play. Talk heavy.
Yeah, and I won't say this, but the very last little clip after you assume that he slapped me, little swipe was to somebody else on the cast. So I guess he was trying to get to the other cast member.
Oh, okay. That's what. So it wasn't an attack on you.
Hell no. I mean, he was standing his ground. I'm not going. He was standing his ground in that moment, but it wasn't towards me. So y'all gotta wait and see on the show who that.
Oh, I thought you had got shaken up. I thought they shook the table.
Not near one of them. They could never. They got to.
So tell me, what was your favorite part about filming this season 1?
It was a roller coaster for me, to be honest. Again, it was hard to like decipher at first. EP cast, because I was taking things personal. I think after a while, I kind of like chilled out from everybody for a quick minute. Still behind the scenes, making sure that everybody knows what's going on, but actually interacting with the cast as a cast member, I kind of chilled out just to like regroup. Because after that scene, it kind of like took a toll on me or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of like fell back, had a little talk, like it's a show, certain people may be putting on extra, certain like they're gonna give what they want to get for their fan base and what they folks are going to want to see. So I kind of had to take all that in. So it was kind of like, yeah, it was a roller coaster, but it was fun. Like I think the most fun that I've had would have to be the last event that was taking place by Brahim.
That was a good event. I attended that event. So let me just get into this. When did things get rocky between you and Robbie?
Why do we keep talking about Mr. Clean? I'm just convinced. Like, why?
What'd you call him?
Mr. Clean. Why? Like, why we keep talking about that man?
Why would you call that man Mr. Clean?
I don't fuck with him.
So you really hardcore don't fuck with him?
One thing about me, I can keep business. Again, I had to learn, obviously, from that live situation as well. But gotta keep things professional. So just fly, man. This is really getting to me. But because I really genuinely, I don't call too many people friends, or I don't really try to make friends these days. So the fact that we were hanging out and having real life conversations, like the cast may look at it as always just sexual or whatever, but we was having real life conversations, mental health conversations, everything else. So to hear after we had a little back and forth, you know, in front of the cast, that people coming to me like, oh well, Rob had a lot to say about you, and even like on the live, you know, he kind of.
So these were the cast members coming to you saying this?
Yeah. And then like even on the live, he was like dumbing down my photography business. Like everybody got room to grow. Everybody on different lanes, different levels. So my photography may not be your type of photography. So, but why you going down me in that process? So I was hurt by that. I'm like, damn, bro, I was fucking with you. Like it wasn't just about a sexual encounter. Like it was like I was fucking with you. We had real conversations, like real nigga to real nigga.
So you were emotionally invested.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as the EP, I still make sure like updates get sent out. You know, people are aware of the times and stuff like that. Me and Reggie both do that. So it's like I'm gonna keep that professional. Outside of what needs to be said as an EP, we don't have nothing to talk about at all.
Do you think there's any chance of reconciliation?
I'm not there. I'm in therapy and it's working.
Okay,
and
good.
I keep my space. Like I'm cool because it's either I'm chill or I'm not.
Good. Well, at least it wasn't a full no, and you said you are in therapy. So maybe at some point,
I don't really feel like we need to talk.
So you just shut it down. What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn too.
Stubborn as hell.
You know it.
Yeah, stubborn as hell. Stubborn as hell. So, what are you looking? Wait, no. Who's the fakest on the cast?
Ra.
Ra?
Yep.
Why?
Y'all gonna see the timeline unfold. Definitely, y'all definitely gonna see the timeline unfold on the show. What I can give my reason is because he straddles the fence. Like, it's like he loves you. I feel like he's a genuine person, but I feel like when he's with the opposite person of the other person, it's kind of different energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fake. Like, he's kind of like just blending in with the moment just to get like cool, which is not thorough. So I just,
Okay.
he cool.
Now let's dip into a little bit of your EP hat here. Now, as EP, are you a part? Being that you're a part of the cast, are you a part of the editing sessions?
Yes, not as often as I would want it to, only because I want to be just a surprise as well. So like some events I didn't make. So even though I do have mostly all the footage on my phone, and there's tons of footage that I don't have on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Roger kind of already had that conversation that I didn't really want to see everything because when I do my confessionals and green screens and stuff like that, I kind of want to be genuinely surprised and ask questions that I wasn't privy to. But so, yeah, but no.
Okay. Now, do you think that's fair? If you're part of the editing process, what are you? Some might say that you may edit it to put yourself in a better light, or you may edit it to put certain cast members viewed in a certain way. And as being a part of the cast, you being in a part of the editing, is that really fair to the other cast members?
I said yeah, but no, because in the beginning it was more so of I wanted to, but then Reggie, he was also like, no, like he also put his foot down as well. But it was more so towards the middle. Like when we say editing, let me make this clear. As we talking about sitting down on a laptop, actually putting the clips together, no, it's only been one time that I have sat with Reggie and actually seen what he was putting together, and that was for a brief moment. Again, he was more strict with that as well because I really didn't want to see everything that was being filmed because if I ask questions, I want to be surprised as well.
Mm-hmm. So if there was one scene that you can go back this season and do all over, what would that be? And what would you change about that scene?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a nigga that stand on my shit on all 10 toes. I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to be specific, I would just change the time of the altercation between me and Rod at Reggie Party.
Okay.
Just because it wasn't the right time or right place and it wasn't professional, but I'm standing on it because my question that was being asked to Rod, I needed the answers because I confided in him in some personal information that was spreaded around.
Okay.
But I wouldn't change shit.
When did the altercation happen at Reggie's party? It must have was after I left.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know when you left. I saw you for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, the whole cast was like in front of me, and I'm like, girl, I just felt like they was up to no good.
And it was up to no good. But y'all will see how it unfolds. The timeline that we've been giving y'all, but like y'all actually get to see the timeline and how these situations that y'all been hearing like about like who started it and what comments was made from it and stemmed from it. So we're giving y'all, but y'all will actually see like the breakdown and timeline of how conversations got started to lead up to who's beefing with who.
So let's talk a bit about the premiere. What should we expect at the premiere party?
Premiere party, October 5th. I need everybody to come out. Y'all fuck with me. Y'all fuck with Robbie. Y'all fuck with the cast members. We need y'all support. What y'all can expect. The first episode for one. So we're going to show that, and then we got a couple performances from the cast.
Oh, great!
And some other special guests that may or may not be performing, which y'all got to come out and find out. And honestly, mix and mingle with us. Get to know us. We here to stay for real. So it's kind of like the meet and greet too, even though we all, we're inviting our folks, but maybe some of my folks can meet Brahim and meet Cam and meet, maybe can meet us. So low key networking too, but we kind of want everybody to like get to know the cast, like get to know us, see how we party, see how we give it up, see if y'all can peep some of the same energy y'all peep from the show when after you watch the first episode, stuff like that.
Well, I will say that y'all do party hard.
We do.
Quite hard.
We do.
Yeah, I had to maintain myself when amongst y'all.
I heard you was getting your life too. You was hanging with us. You was hanging with the big dogs.
No, if y'all were hanging with me, y'all was hanging with the big dogs.
My fault. I was
But no, I really don't drink like that no more. And I think y'all was had me doing shots. I stick to champagne.
Giving out the shots.
Huh?
I heard you was giving out the shots.
Huh? I wasn't. Yeah, I did. I bought a round or two, you know.
I ain't getting near one.
You didn't?
At all.
Where you was at?
I was drunk off the wine from the mixer.
Wait a minute. Did you make a love connection?
No.
Stop lying. You hesitated.
I'm dead serious.
You didn't make a slight hesitation?
I will say there were like two, maybe three cute men.
Was one of them of Caribbean descent?
I don't know. I was drunk off the wine. I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all was just literally bringing them in. I had two people at one time. I'm like, where you from? Where you from? Like, da da da. But it was
so fun.
It was cute. Definitely was a cute event. I would definitely do it again. I'm mad because I feel like Brahim, I ain't gonna lie, I like the masculine traits, and I feel like he know a lot of those, and I feel like a lot of those wasn't invited.
Wait, you like what?
I like the masculine type dudes.
Okay.
Like Trey, low key. Not DL. Let's get that clear. Not DL. You gotta be out. But
okay.
He knows a variety of people. So
you like mass presenting?
Yeah, I like masculine type
like
dudes,
that.
And I feel like
that one motherfucker that came in there, the Puerto Ricans on.
He was with all the shits. Let's just say that.
He was too much.
He had one mission on his mind at night.
That's it. I think one mission in one person.
That's all we're gonna say. He had one thing on his mind.
One mission in one person.
It didn't matter who it was.
Yeah.
Ooh. But it started with leave me though. He wanted to leave me. He wanted to leave me for sure.
I thought he wanted Bri.
He probably wanted Bri too. I feel like a lot of them wanted Bri.
Well, you know who was the top contender.
Ooh.
Y'all have to wait for the show.
Yo,
now I got you. Yes, but I can't wait for people to see that episode because it was really good and it was really interesting.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm confident. I think Reggie is too. I talked to him today as well. We both confident in what we created, despite certain cast members thinking otherwise. But trial and error. So we made mistakes along the way, but we know going into season 2, me and Reggie, we already know we're trying to in the production trying to be bigger and better. So we definitely trying to up
it's learning. As long as you show the progression, as long as you guys as EP show the progression, season after season, you get better and better and better. And to keep everybody don't start off at the top.
I'm glad you said it because when I said it, people was looking at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, everybody don't start off at the top. And actually, I'll just tell you from even with my YouTube show, with my podcast,
yeah,
I think I started off too strong and too perfect and too perfect. Like the cameras, the production, everything was like so perfectly done. And I felt like it was a disconnect between viewers and I. If I'm bringing it to a visual, like the viewers didn't have a chance, the opportunity to grow with me,
But is that
so that's a good thing?
Is that who you are?
Is that
or do you
what?
That naturally who you are?
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist. I'm an image person.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't. I feel like a lot of people with perfectionists are hard on themselves.
But I'm not.
I feel like
not.
Are you hard on yourself? Do people around you think you hard on yourself?
I don't think so. I think they know that I don't give a fuck.
I ask that because we often don't think certain things about ourselves, but others may think that. So that's why I said
I don't think people think that I'm hard on myself. They know I don't give a fuck. But I'd be like, bitch, I don't care, and go on about it. I might be dying in the inside because I might really do care, but you never know on the outside. I won't show it. No,
that's good.
No,
that's good.
So I'm really, really, really excited for this season. I'm really excited to see what you all bring. I'm really excited for people to get to see another side of y'all. For those that already know y'all, and for those who don't know y'all, just the opportunity for them to get to know y'all. And I just always remember you said like you're bringing everybody back for season 2. There's always the OGs.
That's why
always the OGs.
This is their season. Like, so when you said I was playing it safe, I really meant what I said. This is their season. Like, I like everybody, like even the ones that get on my nerve or we had issues, but this is their season. So I feel like even shows we watch today, like they always say season 1 original, like this is their season. So I would bring it back. The reason why I say it would shake it up because I feel like low key they ain't gonna let nobody take their spot. We already see how Brahim and Limi playing out. Ain't nobody else gonna take their spot. So
hope not.
To see different personalities come together, and I always struggle with that. So this was like a learning experience for me too. Like being around personalities is a lot.
Yeah, we have. I was looking at the Atlanta Housewives reunion, and there was a time, Candy came in at the 2nd season.
Correct. Not too much from Candy. What you about to say?
No, I live for Candy.
Okay.
Candy came in on the 2nd season, and Sheree was there now. And Candy said, I always show you respect as an OG. Even though Candy's been the longest running housewife in that franchise.
Consistently.
In the whole franchise.
Consistently.
She's the longest running housewife, and she's the top franchise. She's the top liked housewife in Atlanta, out of Atlanta. So just to see like what she's contributed to the show and how much of her life she's given to the show, and she still has that fond respect of the OGs.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that is really a beautiful thing to look at, and that's one of the things. Hopefully, that people will always keep the respect for this original cast for the inaugural cast. Now
I feel like everybody will get the, of course, this type of stuff, comes with the hate, but I honestly feel like everybody will get a good amount of love.
Good. So for season 2, are you going to come back as a cast member, or will you be strictly behind the cameras and play your EP role?
That's a good question. So I do want to say, I want to answer this because I know you do star and starless. I was never coming on here to be a star. I want to make that clear.
You know that's coming up.
Yes, and I get it. But I never was coming on here to be a star. It wasn't like I'm about to come on here, I'm about to rush like I'm about to be a star. Honestly, it was a push for me because I got things going on as well that I feel like sometimes, like even before the show happened, with my singing career, not to be bitter, but I see a lot of people, and I'm like, I ain't a bad singer. Like I look at myself like I should be further than where I'm at now, and just different things. And I felt like this show would have pushed me to actually do that as well, and it did. It got me back in the studio after a couple years.
Good.
It got me back in my mojo with photography because I took a break for like months. So like it got me pushing. So it helped me too. But my whole point wasn't to be a star. It was to like really motivate myself and give others the opportunity to like put on for Philly, because people may not know who Limi is. People may not know who Ra is. People may not know what type of dance Cam does. So it's kind of like we all kind of put on for each other. Like there's no hate. I don't want no hating shit around me.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Let me ask you, what type of photography do you shoot?
So I do birthday events, weddings.
So you do human people?
Yeah, it's environmental too. I started off doing like plants, animals, but then
Are you looking for a muse? Are you looking for a muse?
I'm always.
So maybe somebody watching, if you're interested in being a muse, they could be your muse. DM him.
You can follow my page at Jay Marquis at photography. Always looking for a muse. It'll help me add to my portfolio, get better. Obviously, work on my lighting, as the girls may say, and setting, all of that. So since I'm such a bad photographer,
I was in the studio today, and I told the camera crew, I said, Can we soften the light some? We need to soften it. Just because I know what my complexion is, and I know that my light need to be a little yellow. Some yellow need to be in there, you know, so that it blends well and it goes.
The melanin with the melanin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm always looking forward to like growing. So you can never stop.
All right. So you ready for the fun part? Star or starless?
Come on.
Muffin.
Can I give it from an EP and cast point?
Yes.
As an EP,
I like that.
As an EP, I will say Muffin has the potential to be a star, but not for his businesses, if that makes sense.
Okay.
He has the potential to be a star for entertainment.
Okay.
So with business, not saying he can get there, but as of right now, starless with business. From a cat watching it unfold.
Rob,
same thing. He gives me background. He gives me like he needs to run something. He don't need to be in front of the camera. So EP star because he makes great things, if that makes sense. Starless when it comes to entertainment. Given purposes, as in giving what you need. Like he's extra, he's loud, but I think he focused on his craft way too much. So I don't think that would,
Okay. Leamy.
Star.
From both perspectives, both sides.
Both.
From EP and cast, star. Okay.
He gives entertainment, he gives business.
Brahim.
I'm definitely gonna say he's a star. Right? He's definitely a star. I'm trying to say not in business wise because he gives me more like social. Even though that can be business, but he's a star for sure. We gonna leave him at a star. We leave him at a star.
Okay. And that's both sides.
Entertainment star, business. From what I see,
Okay.
starless.
And Ra.
Star, both aspects.
Okay. And Cameron.
Cam is definitely a star in business, not entertainment. Just because, again, I feel like he's another one that takes his craft serious. Example, he can't be on here fighting because he teaches dance and got different things going on, so it wouldn't be a good look for him. Now, I will say he will read you if he got to, but off the bat, he's chill. So he's more like we're chill. So like right off the bat, we're not gonna give you a star. Like we gotta be amped up to give you a star.
Okay. So I'm gonna say thank you so much.
Thank you
for all the details that you share with us this evening.
I got a question though, because if once I talk to the other EP, reunion happening soon, if you're available, what we doing?
We have to talk.
Get down to the bottom of shit.
Huh?
I feel like you'll get down to the bottom of shit.
But we have to look into some things. Many people don't know this, but I'm actually relocating.
Do people know where?
Some of my close friends do. Yeah.
It's not for the social.
Huh?
Not for the social shit.
No, I don't care. I mean, people are gonna know eventually. But yeah, I actually would have been leaving like next weekend, but I pushed it out so I can be here for the premiere, so I can support you guys in the.
So where are you going?
Texas.
Everybody want to move to Texas. My best friend just moved to Texas.
No, I'm moving for work. It's not just I'm moving just to move. I'm moving for work. Yeah.
Bigger things?
Bigger things.
So I like to hear.
Yeah, bigger things, bigger paycheck.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So I mean, it just really depends on when the reunion is and like what my schedule look like if we can fit it in. I would definitely love to come back and host it. Yeah.
We would love to have you. You're always welcome in the Philly on the Ross family.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm really excited for you guys. I really wish you guys the best, the best, the best. I hope that season 1 does amazing. You know, I'm going to be here rooting for you guys and pushing it as much as I can push it. I really, really, really want to see the show be successful. And I really want to see you guys just some Black queer creatives just on the rise, and I really want to see people from the show really rise, and where they started here, and hopefully by the time they finish, they end up here, and that's what I really want to see, and that's what my wishes are for the show. But before we cut out, please tell people what to look out for, plug the premiere, also talk about the trailer that's coming out tonight.
So for me, I got an EP coming out. Not really a set month, but it's definitely going to be out before December. It's called It's basically 7 songs, 7 tracks about, you know, my love life, the shit show of it all, the roller coaster, the good, the bad, and how I bounce back. It's giving
Come on, Taylor Swift.
No. No.
Well, you know that's how she writes based upon she writes based upon her personal relationships.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
No, not the music. I'm just saying that's how she's been successful. All her songs are written about personal relationships.
That type of music, but like low key, that's what like the 90s and the 80s, the 90s, 2000s was given. Like it was given that time you talk about your trials and your tribulations, your relationships. Like that's what it was. So it's definitely giving R&B vibes. So I'll definitely be posting that. I have one single that just came out in August called "Torn to Pieces," featuring one of my homies that's an artist out the DMV.
Could you please DM it to me, because I really want to listen to it, because I haven't heard no one say that your voice is not good, and I haven't heard you sing, so I would love to hear it.
Yeah, I definitely it's on Apple Music as well, so I definitely will send that to you. As far as Philly on the rise, just be sure to continue to support every cast member. That's all I'm asking you, including myself and the page. Just continue to support them. If y'all do want us to succeed, just keep your hopes, keep the views up, obviously we're going to interact with y'all, keep up posts and updates about what's going on with the cast on the page. The premiere is October 5th at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, we'll be showing the first episode of Philly on the Rise. Full cast will be there. Performances, drinks, hookah for all my hookah girls that you say love hookah, since Philly will staple with hookah there all of a sudden. You should trademark that if you can. There'll be hookah, drinks, you know, but more just interact with us. Like that's what we're here for. Like we're here to give y'all a show. You know, if you see one of your favorite cast members, say what's up, give them a hug, do what you got to do. Some people may not like hugs, don't be too friendly. I can say some of the cast members aren't too friendly, but other than that, just continue to like pray for us as we on this rise. And stay tuned. That's all I can say. Follow the page for more updates.
Absolutely. So, Jamar, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure.
My name ain't Jamar. Okay.
I say that.
What you said?
Jameer. I didn't pronounce it, but I didn't over enunciate.
Any other time you do.
Huh?
Any other time you do. What's the
name? So, like I was saying, thank you so much for taking the time out to give us some insights into the behind the scenes of being an EP as well as being a cast member on the show. Again, we're really looking forward to this October 5th premiere. All of you guys tune in to Philly on the Rise. Follow their page. It's at Philly OTR _reality. Very easy. And this is the conclusion of the interviews. So we have met the cast, we have met the producers, and now what's next is the premiere. Thank you so much. See you all October 5th.
Thank you. Have a good night, Trey.
You too, thanks.
You put the balloons again.
You see how I did that? You like that?
You cued that perfectly.
Yeah.
Easy, Trey.
All righty. Have a good night.